What is up, Sooner Nation, softball fans? How's everybody doing on this Friday night? This cold Friday night. OU has now got the win streak up to 59 games as they take the doubleheader. They're in Lake Charles, Louisiana. I already see some comments rolling in here with Break It Nail TV. Says solid wins, but still a 6 out of 10. And Jada isn't a leadoff hitter anymore. Interesting, Break It Nail. I mean, I would say 6 out of 10 may be about right. I don't think these weren't like just purely dominating performances, and particularly to me, it's at the plate. And I know they got 9 runs in the 4th inning of the first game.
That's what I was wanting to get to. The Jada thing, I wouldn't say that just yet.
Yeah,
it's still 6 games into the season.
He hasn't gotten. Like, they haven't got off to hot starts, particularly because of the front of the lineup the first few times. I mean,
yeah, you're right. They have not. And if that continues, then that might be something to keep an eye on.
And Richard is right. She did start to hit. She started to hit some. So,
yeah, she had a much better second game, 1 for 3 with an RBI. So, still not Jada Coleman standards, but all in all, pretty good second game.
You know what surprised me so far? They've played, 6 games now. The biggest surprise for the whole year for me so far is the amount of home runs. I thought they would be hitting more dingers at this point. I know it's early. Take away Brito, though.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to say kind of the opposite with Brito. I'm surprised with how many she has hit.
But take her numbers out of it.
Yeah, you're right on that.
You guys want to know something that I'm super shocked about?
What?
I don't know if it's necessarily going to be shocking to you guys, but today, watching the game against Central Arkansas, how productive of a player Ella Parker is this early.
Yeah,
she's stepping in. Like, her first hit, she got robbed of, and then the second one she roped a double, I think, and she scored Kenzie Hansen. So she's someone that I think may find a way to stick in the lineup for the majority of the season.
I think so, because look how much she's already played between her and Pickering as a freshman. Those two are seems like the ones. Sheila says Kelly Maxwell's really good. Her strikeouts tonight were unreal. I mean, I was honestly, guys, I was surprised tonight that they went with May and Maxwell. I was shocked. I thought we'd see Guerin. I thought we might see Keeney start. But I don't. I mean, we'll see.
Why are you surprised on that?
Who's they going to go with tomorrow?
I would assume Keeney or Monticelli. Yeah, probably Monticelli, because she has.
You don't think Deal
at all?
No,
maybe Deal. Maybe they.
To me, here's what I will say. Here's what I'll say. If Deal starts tomorrow, to me, they think those are the 3 starters, and everyone else is going to come out of the pen.
I don't know if I would say that. I don't know if I would say that just yet. If that continues next weekend, then yes, I would agree with you, Jay.
Derek says the ball looked like it wasn't. Yeah, cold weather is awful for batters. And May and Maxwell both pitched good. They had some great defense behind them too. Avery Hodge, probably her best game of the year, between fielding and hitting. So.
Mm-hmm. And one thing I want to talk about in that Central Arkansas game, first 3 innings, you only have 3 hits, no runs. And after 3, you kind of get that feeling of, is this going to be the one that goes down to the wire? And then Oklahoma just shows why they've won 59 straight games to put up 9 runs in 1 inning on 8 hits. That's why they're on a 59-game win streak. That's why they won 3 straight national championships. And that's why they are favored to win a 4th one.
Yeah, and I think right now through the first 6 games, not talking about pitching, but talking about hitters, Riley Boone's probably been she's had the most, probably, I would say, 2-out hits with RBIs. She's actually had quite a few. And even tonight, when it was 1-0, she had the two RBI hit that put him in the lead, right? So Riley Boone continues to play well, continues to swing the bat pretty well. I just don't think they've got it all clicking on all the bats going yet. They will. Listen, they will. There's no doubt in my mind they will. I do wonder, though, how much power this year this team's going to have.
That's right. And are you necessarily even shocked that Riley Boone is making so many clutch plays? I would say I'm not. That's what she did all of last year. So, I mean, I think that Riley Boone, we've said it. I know I've said it a lot. She's like having a leadoff hitter in the 9-hole spot because it's how many different ways she can impact the game, how many ways she can get on base. And today against Central Arkansas, she got a triple.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of triples in softball. She was
back-to-back triples with Hodge.
Yeah. So she was flying around the bases. She's got some.
And Lori, we're not early. This is softball edition. 9:30 will still be on with Double Trouble. Don't worry. We'll be on at 9:30. Yeah, Mark, this is Texas. It looks really good this year. That OU has that series in April. I think April 5th through the 7th in Austin. Going to be a massive series. I wish I could go to that. That would be a great series to go to. But they beat Tennessee. I mean, really, guys, Texas and OSU. OSU beat Wisconsin. OSU is pretty good too. I mean, they're a good team.
They blew that game to Georgia. But
yeah.
Well, they run rolled UCLA on the road too. So
yeah.
How good is UCLA? I'm not sure. They had 2 losses to Texas, including a 16-0 loss. That one to Texas almost feel like Texas is just so good that you can't take too much of it on UCLA.
Yeah, Derek, this is a great question. Thanks for joining us tonight, Derek. Do you think we will switch between Hodge and Torres at second this year? I think that's what it's looking like to me, is you're going to see it kind of alternating. That's what I think. Now, they may play a few games in a row if they think maybe the pitcher they're going against better for one. I mean, but I think you're going to see a lot of flipping at second base between Torres, Hodge, even Lily will be sprinkled in, but not as much. It's going to be Hodge and Torres, I think. Hodge made a great play at second tonight, guys. I mean, and the triple, I mean, if she gets her bat going, she's a really good player. I mean, I think that's been the holdup with her. Everybody has said is, what about her hitting? You know? So I was great. It was great to see her get a triple, get RBI, and play good in the field. And Torres is a great hitter. We all know that. And I think obviously she can play many positions. So yes, Torres is still hitting the ball well, CJ. That's right.
And something I said on the last live was that maybe it's not time to overreact to Avery Hodge with her struggling so early hitting the ball, because I know some of the comments were saying that. Allow her to get comfortable, allow her to find herself within the game and see if she can get going. And today she hit a triple, so hopefully that's some good signs to come.
Hey, Mark's watching Texas and Stanford. Stanford, other than Kennedy, I don't think they're going to go as far this year. They're leaving them so heavy on Kennedy, man.
I think they'll still go as far.
They're going to
Kennedy's that good.
When
it matters most, she'll carry them.
It's kind of like how far Jordy Ball was going to take Nebraska. It's pretty much the same spot.
Yeah, but don't forget they had Vaughter last year too, Hunter.
That is
Vaughter
true.
was good.
I would say Stanford has the better lineup behind Kennedy than what Jordy had at Nebraska before the year.
Yeah, CJ, she did find it a little bit tonight. I was glad to see that. Got that double. I mean, she's starting to find it, and there's no question she'll find it. She made an outstanding play in the first game, by the way. I mean, we haven't even talked about it. Unbelievable. No fly zone out there with those outfielders, man. Period. Torres did almost make a great play up the middle. Overall, this team's great defensively. They're great offensively. And guys, we talked about before the season, we thought Brito would lead the team in home runs. That's who we gave the award to before the season. It's looking like a good pick right now.
I was a little hesitant on that pick when we were deciding all of that, and Alyssa Brito
looking pretty good,
proving me wrong right now.
But I'm still I'm kind of surprised. Like Jada has not hit one yet. That's surprising. I mean,
too surprising. I mean,
I think so.
Power slumps happen. It's only 6 games into the season.
Yeah, and I'm not worried about Jade at all. The people on there say it shouldn't be batting leadoff. I mean, that's silly talk.
Hey, one thing that you're always going to get from Jada Coleman, highlight reel catches, as CJ.
Yeah, and CJ says Jada gets a home run tomorrow. Holding you to it, CJ. Holding you to it. I think you might be right though. Maybe that she's going to break out tomorrow, have a massive game. So probably the best Texas team in a long time in softball. I mean,
yeah,
and they got pitching and they got hitting. They're going to be a tough out.
And that's saying Texas only 2 years ago was in the national championship against Oklahoma. That team was pretty good too.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that team was good.
I agree with you though, Jay. I agree.
I think that team was good.
Texas team's better.
Yeah, they made it through that year because there wasn't as many good teams. I think this year's Texas team would blow that.
Well, if Kelly Maxwell had a defense behind her,
yeah,
they're not even in that situation.
Hey, Texas though, yeah, they're very young, Mark. But how great would it be to OU Texas championship this year, last year in the Big 12? I think that would be outstanding. I would love it.
Who is the head coach for Texas? What's his name again?
Mike Day. Are you talking about Mike Day?
Maybe. Is that his name?
I don't even care.
Mike White.
What?
Mike White.
Mike White. Why did I say Mike Davis? Well, you know why I was thinking that? When I think of Mike White, I think of the wrestling guy, but that's Dana White. I don't know why I get him mixed up because he's a fake. Mike White's an absolute.
Clown White is very average, CJ. Mike
White's a fake. Period. I don't like him. Clown White, as CJ says. Okay, Clown White.
He makes a fool of himself on live television, especially whenever you flip off.
He is a good coach though.
Yes,
he is. I just think. You can't go poking the bear. You can't go poking OU and Patty Yasso. That was
true. He did say they cheat last year. That is true.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was going to get the comment up here. Break It Now says, hope so, CJ, but that's English. I think Richard Ringer, who's a big-time OU softball follower, even went down to the tournament in Puerto Vallarta, and he said something about Coleman changing her stance. What do y'all think? Have y'all noticed it?
No, I haven't paid that close.
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't paid enough attention to really comment on that.
Yeah. Well, because her stance, she normally is like super low in depth, but like, is he saying that she's standing more straight up? Is that what he means by it?
I don't know. He talked about it in the Discord we have with the unlimited members. And maybe so, but listen, anybody who's questioning or the way she's hitting right now, let's not forget JT Gass is the hitting coach. Okay. They're not doing anything. I mean, he's going to have them, and maybe it's a slump. Guys, baseball players, softball players, basketball players, they all go through a little bit of a slump. I mean, and you can't keep hitting the average she was hitting. I mean, she will be fine. As CJ says, Jada will be okay. I think she was just cold out the gate to start the season. Derek says she's been off since end of last season. She was a little bit cold at the end of last season compared to she was early in the season, but I'm not worried about it at all. Zero. You know what I thought? I loved this, by the way. I loved Brito batting 2-hole. I loved it.
With how much power Alyssa Brito has right now, it would be, I think, a little bit better to move her down a little bit, get maybe more runners on base. But, I mean, this lineup's so loaded, it really doesn't matter wherever you put her or whoever you put at 2-hole. I mean, they're going to excel there. So many options.
Yeah, Break It Nail says she was using a split grip, and now she's not. So Mark says as long as 3 or 4 of the lineup don't go cold at once, that's the recipe for a loss. If you all go cold and but the thing is, the pitching should be pretty good all year round. So I mean, we'll see.
I'm not necessarily sure there's a team that is just going to have the capability to come in and light up offensively against Oklahoma just due to the depth and variety.
Well, it depends on who's pitching. I think
Well,
if Dill's out there.
Yeah, but also Oklahoma obviously hasn't played nearly everyone in the country. They haven't played a lot of the top teams yet, so that still is kind of to be determined. And I think what is your next huge test? Is it that Texas series in Austin or
Wisconsin?
Yeah, Wisconsin, Mississippi State, Mary Nutter. So Wisconsin, the big deal with that one is it's 10 o'clock back to back.
And
tough to do. That's one of the toughest parts of the sport is going back to back, especially a late night doubleheader.
And I know that you said, Jason, that you think Oklahoma could get upset in that one. That's one to watch.
Wisconsin's the game I picked them to get their first loss. That was correct. That's what I said before the season. I'm not changing it, and I hope I'm wrong. I do say that. They're at 59 games right now. I mean, we've got a lot of people say they think they're getting to 100. We'll see. I mean, these are the games, though, right now, when it's cold outside. It's not the fun. It's not the most fun to be playing in cold temperatures, right? And you just got to somehow get the win. And that's what this team always seems to do. I mean, they get the win, they pull through, somebody comes up to a clutch hit, pitching's usually pretty dang good, just like Maxwell tonight. She allows the bomb in the first inning and then 7 Ks or 8 Ks, whatever it was. I mean, just totally shut them down. And I think that's the thing. If this team, the game this team's going to lose is they're going to get down early. They are not. I don't think they're going to lose a game if they get up 2 runs or something. I think you pretty much this game. I mean, it's if you get down early and you're having to really maybe play tight, try to catch up. That'd be a game where I could see them maybe.
Last year, their one loss was when they only scored 3 runs.
Yeah,
against Baylor. I think this year the number is 2 runs. I don't think a pitcher is allowing earned runs wise more than 1. Like they're just that dominant.
Well, you can't say that. I mean, you can't.
Earned runs.
You can allow 1 base runner, Hunter, and a bomb, and you're allow 2 runs.
Yeah, you are. But I would say that number is 2. As long as OU is scoring 2 or more, I think I would pick them to win pretty much.
Monticelli looked good again. Monticelli continues to look good, and Mark's right about this. May shut him down 1 hit, but she had the great play by Jada Coleman. She had another great play by Avery Hodge. I think we all agree that the ball's put in play on May a lot. Always has been. So you have to have great defense, and she's occasionally can give up the bomb. So, I mean, but here's what we got to consider. You got Monticelli coming out of the pen every time so far, and she's done great.
3 strikeouts.
Yeah, she's done outstanding.
3 strikeouts.
And then Keeney's another one. They brought her out of the pen every time. She's great. At what point are any of these going to start, or are they? That's the biggest question I have right now.
I will be shocked if one of them is not starting, say, the Texas series, Oklahoma State series, your big time conference series. I will be absolutely shocked if one of them's not making the start.
Yeah, and Mark, I think we might have seen Guerin tonight had that first game win another inning. 9-0.
Yeah, probably so.
But still, I'm still kind of surprised, Mark.
Unless there's an injury. Unless there's an injury there that has.
But why not say it if there is?
Yeah.
Why not say it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to start Peyton Monticelli against.
I will be shocked if Monticelli starts that game.
Yeah, I don't know if she's going to start. I think maybe they're going to bring her out of the pen a lot. Maybe Patty's thinking, okay, let's go with our 2 starters and just save their arms in the later innings. Get a lead, bring in our girls to not shut it down, right?
Yeah, I think it will be May for Mississippi State at 7:30, and then Maxwell for Wisconsin at 10. It's 2 best pitchers on the staff.
Yeah, I could see that. I think Derek says too. Keeney needs to start. I think Carly's really good.
Carly Keeney has been outstanding.
To me,
better than anyone could have thought, in my opinion.
I mean, to me, to me, Carly Keeney should be, if you're going to start 3 pitchers, she's one of them.
I agree.
And deal out of the pen. But you know why I think maybe that's not happening yet is I think Patty's looking more to the future. And you're losing May, Maxwell, and Keeney. So maybe she's thinking, okay, we got to get some other, maybe deal as a starter. I don't know. I don't know what Patty's decision making is. I trust whatever she picks. I'm just saying I am surprised that Keeney hasn't started a game yet. I am.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like also, I'm shocked that maybe we haven't seen as much of Kirsten Deal as I thought, just because I think the ceiling is so high there for her. Like, she has a chance to be the ace on the staff in the future, has a chance to be an All-American. She was a top 5 player in the country, recruited out of high school, the #1 pitcher. So obviously the talent's there. But, also I think the opportunity may come more as Oklahoma gets into conference play, especially like whenever they have to go on the road in these 3-game series, in which they may need a player like Kirsten Deal to step up like she did last year in Stillwater. Or they might need to call on a player like an S.J. Guerin at one point, kind of like they did, as I said, with Kirsten Deal last year, on the road in a game where you maybe can kind of see what she can do. Like, is she really made for the moment? So I think that we will probably see Guerin at a point. It's just a matter of when, not if.
Daniel, I see what you're doing there. Deal has upside. I see you trying to poke the bear here. Hey, maybe that's from our Double Trouble. I'm thinking, Daniel, if you watch the Double Troubles, I think that's where that's coming from. But hey, Break It Nail says May is who she is, more spin than velocity and half-hitter spots. Agreed, 100%. Break It Nail. But let me say something about Monticelli. And I don't know if OU's going to do this, but in baseball, you have people called closers, okay? And they come in, and I think back to some of the greatest closers of all time. They come in, they're energetic, they're fiery. To me, Monticelli, man.
Well, that's what they're really using her as.
What's that?
Now. That's pretty much what they're using her as right now.
But I would actually love it. I think her energy, I think she's vicious. I think she's.
I like that point. I agree with you on that.
I think it'd be like, do you remember? You guys are probably too young, but Cincinnati Reds used to have a closer, Rob Dibble.
Oh yeah,
Rob Dibble come in. People just didn't. They did not like messing with Rob Dibble, and I think Monticelli could be the same. People, yeah. I mean, she could be that closer.
Rob Dibble had like 102-mile-per-hour cutter.
Oh yeah,
unhittable. Yeah, Kirsten Deal was a sophomore, Mez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she didn't redshirt last year. So she's a sophomore. So
I really want them to change the redshirt rules for every other sport.
I agree with you.
Like 33% or less, you can redshirt in games appeared in.
Hey, in this comment here by Rafe, to me is probably Patty Gasso's biggest quality, because we see it all the time in football, guys. Hence Kansas and OSU last year. Teams you're better than, it happens all the time in OU football. They should beat a team, blow them off the door, and they lose. And you cannot say that about Patty Gasso's teams. Guys, you got to know, they know walking into the game, these games they're playing right now, they're going to win. But you still have to show up with fire and intensity. And that's something they always seem to do. I mean,
yeah, it seems like they treat every game like they're going to lose. Like going into it.
I don't know how they do that. Because
not like in a negative way, as in the positive way, like knowing that any team can beat you on any given day. That's how sports like that work. Softball, it's hard to go 59, 59 in a row. I mean, that's unheard of. There's a reason why it's a record that probably won't be broken.
Yeah, and with how they're able to win so much, I kind of compare it, to the mindset of Michael Jordan. It's they find a way, they find a reason. It doesn't matter who you're playing against, to whether that's to not like them, have some sort of energy to come out there and play great. And to have that mindset to really, steal, kill, and destroy, because that's what they want to do. They want to be the best. They want to beat the best. It doesn't matter if it's a Division II team. They're going to come out there and try and score 20, 30 runs on you. And they're going to have so much fun doing it and do it the right way.
Yeah. Break It Now says you think Jordy comes back next year. I
No.
absolutely do not think.
Hey, she's not coming back. Hey, what do you think so far tonight of Tiare Jennings tonight, and then just throughout the first part of the season with her at shortstop and overall? What are y'all's thoughts?
I mean, I think she's played good defensively. I would say that it's kind of what she is. She has an argument. Maybe I don't know if I could say right now she's as good as Grace Lyons defensively, but the argument is there because she's played so well. And offensively, do you know her exact average, Jason?
I don't, Jackson. Not off the top of my head.
No, but I think she's played solid. Obviously, Tiare is going to be Tiare, and I'm not going to take too much talk of how good she's playing right now because I know whenever it gets time for conference play, we're going to see her show why she's one of the best players in the whole entire.
Yeah, Tiare went 3 for 7 on the day today, and defensively, I was a little hesitant on the shortstop move because arguably the best defensive second baseman in the game, so reliable, something like that. You almost just want to leave her there because she's reliable. And then watching her at shortstop, especially last weekend, you could see what the play she was making. That's why Patty moved her to shortstop. She's an uber talented defender, one of the best in the country.
Yeah, and CJ, I agree with this comment. Pitching is there. Other than that, one bad outing by Deal. Hitting will heat up. It's still so early. I agree. It's early. And go look at softball, baseball. Usually early on runs are that's kind of the thing that, it takes a while probably to get going. And I think when this team does get hot, it's going to overflow into probably a 2-week span, and they're going to just freaking destroy people.
Yeah,
when they get rolling.
A 2-week span of run rolls, maybe even 3 weeks.
Yeah, they'll get rolling. And
I wonder what the longest streak of run rolls is. Something I need to find.
Oh, that's a good trivia question. Hey, I'll say this though. I'd rather them not be firing on all cylinders right now than in a couple of weeks from now or 3 weeks from now. So it's better now to not be hitting the bench.
Well, next weekend is the next biggest test. Mary Nutter, you're playing some
back
really
on
good
Flow
teams
softball
there.
Next weekend.
Hey, no complaints from me. My subscription runs through about May 8th or March 8th. My bad, March 8th. So,
Lori, I don't know who are you talking about? Which pitcher are you talking about? Is this just the most amazing 3 years going on 4 that has ever been? It is. I don't think it's comparable. Obviously not in softball, probably, but I always compare OU women's softball to Connecticut women's basketball. I think that's a great comparison. They were dominant for so long, and that's kind of what you got going on.
I think if they win it this year, as everyone expects them to, I think it would be unfair to OU softball to compare them to the UConn dynasty. I would, if they win 4 in a row, and the fashion that a lot of people expect them to. I know Jeremy doesn't expect them to lose the game. That's, in my opinion, the greatest dynasty in all of sports, all time.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I agree. It's greatness we're seeing all the time in front of us, and I think it's incredible. And last year, I don't even know how they didn't win the ESPYs award for Team of the Year or whatever it was. And this year, if they win another national championship, they better get that award.
ESPN will always make sure Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs get any sort of
that's right
award that they can get. So.
That's right. And Lori, she went back home. She's from Nebraska. She went back home. Kudos to her. So, hey, we're about 30 minutes. Appreciate you guys joining us tonight. As always, we will provide Sooner softball content on the daily after games. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You can also please hit the like button. It helps the channel, helps the algorithm. So appreciate that. And as always, guys, couldn't do the live chats without you with the comments. So really appreciate you guys with the comments. And hey, got some more game tomorrow, and we'll be back at it. So y'all have a good night, good day tomorrow. We'll talk to you soon. Boomer.
Sooner.